welcome. I'm Manvi Dhillon. You're watching ETNOW and Samsung present BizBites, a show that explores the impact of technology on critical sectors of the Indian economy. Today we ask, what role can technology play in ramping up service levels and efficiencies in the Indian hospitality sector? Time to meet our panel. Rajesh Chopra, Senior Vice President, Corporate IT, Oberoi Hotels and Resorts. Harish Chandra, General Manager IT, Sarovar Hotels and Resorts. Sukesh Jain, Vice President, Enterprise Business, Samsung India. Jaideep Ghosh, Partner and Head, Leisure and Hospitality, KPMG India. Siddharth Mohan Gupta, Head of IT at the Imperial. Thank you all very much for joining us today. Jaideep, get the ball rolling. Take stock of the Indian hospitality sector today. What's the snapshot view?
If you purely look at the hotels industry, this is the first time in India we have 100,000, 1 lakh branded rooms. At one point of time, we had lesser rooms in India than, the downtown Manhattan of New York. Now things are changing. We also expect that with, recent initiatives like visa on arrival for several new countries, all that will, increase the international tourists. The domestic tourist footfall in the year has been 1 billion. That's also expected to grow. So overall, I think the mood is very optimistic, and we should see a significant growth in the next few years in the hospitality industry.
Rajesh, I want you to take a slightly different view. I'm posing the same question to you. I'm asking you, what are the big trends in Indian hospitality today? But I ask you to comment on that from the point of view of customer profiles and how it's affecting the way you approach technology.
See, customer today is getting younger in the hospitality sector, getting more tech savvy. Earlier, we used to get a customer with 1 or 2 devices. Today, the customer comes armed with 4 devices. Customer is expecting our instant recognition and a quick service.
Harish, if I throw as an industry outsider 3 sort of words at you: consolidation, convergence, and centralization. How are these 3 terms really affecting the way you approach technology in your hotel?
Guest always needs information. He wants to be connected with his friends, with his business, with his social media circle. He needs a very good Wi-Fi. He needs everything converged. If convergence is not there, voice, video, data, text, it will not come on his mobile. This is the world of mobile generation. We have to ensure that guest gets very good Wi-Fi connection, very good TV signals. We have to ensure that he feels that he's not away from his home. We have to create a home away from his home in hotel.
From the experience of the Imperial, we keep talking about personalization. What does personalization mean to you when you're dealing with customers in your hotel? What is the level and extent of personalization that you're seeking to deliver?
I think, the personalization would be that anticipation of the guest need. So I think the conversions and the new devices which have come in the market really help us to achieve that. The level of personalization has really increased. We now know that what exactly the guest stay would be like, what would be his requirement during the stay, what are his needs. So I think the devices have really helped us to grow on that area.
I'm going to ask Jaideep and Sukesh to be good sports and join me as I pose an unusual question to both of you. I know for a fact that you are both very frequent travelers. For a moment, forget every other hat and just tell me, as a traveler, what are you expecting from the hospitality sector today? Who would like to go first?
I would look at really 3 things to make my stay comfortable. The speed with which I'm served, the personalization that I get around me, which makes me feel at home, and I think the convenience that I get in whatever I do during my stay. So if I look at these 3 core words, speed, convenience, and personalization, as a frequent traveler, that's what I'm looking at in the place that I want to stay in.
Extend that. Flesh it out.
No, I think, personalization is important. So, if the hotel, especially if I've been staying there, I'm a loyalty card member, etc., I should get the same experience across different properties. That's one thing I think, is important for me. And while, I know mobility and smartphones are ubiquitous and technology is all pervasive as we're discussing, but still as a customer, as a guest, I think I would still like to get some human interaction and the smile on the face, etc. That's also very important for me.
Okay, so that's an honest admission that you still seek a certain level of personalized human contact. What then do you think that technology, Sukesh, can deliver in this quest for personalization?
If I'm talking about personalization, the personalization could just mean that the person who's serving me is calling me by my name. But what makes him know my name and know my requirement is where the technology comes in trying to help make that happen. So that's the space where there are a lot of technology tools available, there are technology products available, services available that people worldwide in this industry are using. Some people in our country or some segments in our country are also using, but I think it's still a long way to go for.
And we'll talk about just where we are on the technology curve, how much further we could go, what cost it will come at. But I just want to extend this idea of personalization, what it means in the context of different types of hotels. Rajesh, do you want to just reflect on that? What are you trying to deliver when I say personalization?
See, we use technology to a big extent when we expect a guest to come in. Before that, we empower hotels through technology to know more about guests, specifically for repeat guests. We also do data mining to pick up his likes, dislikes through other channels. We are also now looking at a situation where we could recognize him instantly and probably recognize and then address him by name.
Harish, jump in there.
It's all about recording guest likes and dislikes. Say last time which shampoo he ordered for, whether he wanted a soft pillow or hard pillow, or what were the challenges in guest service, what we should do to make him more comfortable next time. How do we recover the bed experience, whether it is food, whether it's housekeeping, whether it's check-in, check-out experience or something else.
Okay, we're slipping into a short break on ETNOW and Samsung present BizBytes. But before that, here's a sense of the transformational role that technology is playing in some of our hotels. Take a look.
In our property, Dusit Devrana, which is the only city resort in our country, the whole room is integrated with a tablet. With the tablet, you can actually control everything. The air conditioning, the lights, the television, your music selection. You can order the spa treatment. You can order for your in-room dining. You can order for any other guest or lifestyle experience. So that has actually enabled us to get to a particular point which our country has never seen. And I think it's very new in terms of hospitality across the globe as well, attaining a very high level of luxury, so that a person who's sitting on his couch or he's sitting on his bed or maybe he's in the shower, he can actually do all these things with the touch of a button.
Welcome back to ETNOW and Samsung present BizBytes. Today we're examining the role that technology can play in India's hospitality sector. What are the benefits of pervasive technology in our hotels? And Jaideep, I'm coming to you first because I'm going to throw two words at you, speed and convenience. I don't know if they're the only elements of the value proposition that hotels are seeking to provide. But they're certainly important ones. Speed and convenience. What else would you put into the value proposition?
One is the enterprise, which could be the property management systems and the hardware, etc., to which the customer has either zero or very limited visibility and is perhaps not interested to know the back end. Second is the customer utility applications, which could be starting with reservation. Much of it is online now. Online check-in, virtual or mobile smartphone-based room keys and so on and so forth, which I would put as utility application. Third bucket I see is more of the customer affection, or sometimes mentioned as customer delight, and in that area is how those intermingle and somewhere integrate with each other is how it will deliver a seamless experience and will also impact the bottom line, top line of the hotel chains.
Let's talk about the enterprise piece of the puzzle. Rajesh, what is the Oberoi chain doing on the enterprise end?
We have gone in a big way in virtualization, wherein we have capsuled the compute power into smaller boxes. So that has given a speed of operations, that has given a green touch to the IT, wherein the power consumptions and coolings have gone drastically. Then we are also gone ahead and centralized a lot of applications, really again to give the speed.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the enterprise bucket and Harish, get a sense from you on exactly what is happening at your chain.
We are giving emphasis on 4 things. One is security, CCTV. Second is wireless, which is very important. Third is tablets. The world of all the smartphones, tablets is what is required. For that, we need very good Wi-Fi connectivity, wireless fidelity.
Okay.
Now, There are a lot of upselling and cross-selling applications using all these different gadgets. IPTV has opened a new world. Guest can see what all content he want to see. Connectivity, he is always connected.
So that same question to you. I keep hearing the term smart rooms. Okay? What does smart room mean in the context of the Imperial? Where are you going with that idea?
I think, again, we go back to conversions, where all the services which are required by the guests, they come on their devices. And when we talk of the room automation, at every aspect, like, even the curtain, the door, the television, the music system, everything, the lighting of the room, that can be controlled centrally via the device. Plus, in addition to that, the hotel services which require, the other departments like the front office, he can directly, talk to them on the device.
Sukesh, I just want you to recap the role that technology is playing, can further play in delivering these two ideas, speed and convenience.
Yeah, a lot of hotels have started going in for their own apps. And through the app, the moment I have left the airport, I'm on the way to the hotel. Through my location-based, the hotel can be informed that I'm on the way. The check-in formalities can be initiated while I am in the car, in the sense that my security, in terms of an identification, the room, the invoice that they show me when I am actually checking in can be showed to me on the tablet or on my mobile device through the app itself. I could also actually have my credit card already pre-authorized and swiped in so that they don't need to do that once I am there. And now the technology is possible that through the app, I could get a barcode which is my key. While I'm checking out, I know, you talked about the bill being available online on the TV or on my tablet. I could actually swipe my card or give my permission for checkout and my card would be credited, debited for the amount that is required. And I just need to pick up the invoice if I need a physical copy, otherwise the copy could be mailed to me and I could just walk out. I
just want you to pause there because I want to ask Rajesh, how far into the future is what Sukesh has just described?
We are almost there. In our case, for Oberoi hotels, we do in-room check-in. So, before the guest arrives, the concierge knows that this guest is arriving and is near in the vicinity of the hotel. The hotel team is prepared to escort directly guest into the room. With the tablet device, we actually scan his identity, come back, and we are done.
I interrupted you, Sukesh, because I think what you painted was a picture of the whole speedy delivery of services by the hotel. Is there anything on the convenience side of it?
Yeah, I think convenience is in the room itself, the kind of role the automation is playing. I could have a tablet from where, one of the most things which disturbs me is when I have to go, get up and open the door if there's someone knocking in. I could open the door through a tablet, through an application that is running, and there is a Samsung lock outside. Through the tablet, I could open the door and the person could come in. Mm-hmm. Through the tablet itself, I could do my light setting, my drapes, my TV channels. I could even set the mood that I need to have when the alarm needs to wake me up in the morning as to which channel to play, what kind of lighting to happen, and the drapes should be rolled up.
I would like to add on to it. One of the bigger aspects to it is that the media sharing can happen wirelessly. This has been a very good feature, of lately, which has been incorporated. You don't need to connect to your TV. Wirelessly, you can just use a device to project your images and your videos. So the personalization of the content has become more easier for the guest.
Jaideep, again, I'm turning to you to distill some of the granular examples and ideas and give me a sort of a larger view here.
The balance is between what kind of human interface you need to retain and the investments that you need to make in technology. I don't think per se the investments in technology is too high. But that investment can actually not only, make life a bit easier for the travelers in terms of speed, convenience, personalization, but also actually enhances the loyalty towards that particular property, or if it's a chain of hotels, and makes that guest, come back to the hotel every time. So that also is an ROI on that.
We're going to really closely examine the return on investment piece of the puzzle in a moment from now. Right now, it's time for a short break on ETNOW and Samsung present BizBytes. Before that, we leave you with yet another glimpse of the role of technology in hotels here and now.
Customers
always the focal point in hospitality. So making his or her life easier is the objective. And through technology, we hope to achieve that. I think we're moving towards a keyless entry and access to the room. In terms of the functionality, the TV plays a focal part of the whole experience, the room, and the facilities that you can access. You can actually view exactly what your billing has been at the moment. Obviously, IT is the way forward.
Welcome back. You're watching ETNOW and Samsung present BizBytes. Today we're exploring the impact of technology on the Indian hospitality sector, and it's time to take stock of the cost of technology and the returns from technology. Criteria, Jaideep, that promoters and business managers are keeping in mind as they ramp up technology.
One is they're clearly looking at a clear, enhancement in the customer stickiness because of the technology, this thing. Also looking at, some kind of, through the data analytics, through customer satisfaction in that context. And third, also, and especially more globally and also relevant to Indian, is to how to make the workforce more flexible and, if I may say, a lean workforce by deploying technology and mobile devices.
Okay, we're keeping it fixed and focused on technology. So that's why I wanted to get a sense from you, Rajesh. What are some of the criteria that you're applying to measure return on investment in technology?
It should enhance the customer experience.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it should improve productivity. And third, as I agree with him, that it should have a return on investment. I will take example of in-room automation that we did through smart devices, wherein we got very positive feedbacks, very great feedback from the guests on the utility and convenience that the device provided. The investments in Wi-Fi, the capacities have almost doubled up over period, and we see a big utilization by the guests in that area.
Harish, same question to you. How were you going about evaluating the return on your investment in technology? What is it that you're seeing as clear benefits?
Operational efficiency, customer experience. These are the two main criteria. Let me give you an example. Say we are looking for a solution where a guest can order dish through his tablet. He presses button, kitchen order ticket is there in the kitchen, and once dish is ready, chef presses the button, steward gets a buzzer and he picks the dish, so that delivery is on time. There are many things where ROI cannot be calculated.
Since you have to articulate this fairly often, I'm assuming, Sukesh, I'm going to put it to you. How, should hoteliers, those in the hospitality sector today, be approaching their return on investment in technology? Because a lot of it seems amorphous.
I think the overlying principle or advantage that comes out of use of technology is the customer stickiness, which is the fundamental to any business. Two more things I really look at. One is how the hotel can sweat its assets better by use of technology. And when I mean assets, I largely mean the restaurants, the spas, the shops, etc. that are there, because that's a revenue generating avenue for the hotels, and which gives a larger amount of margins to the hotels as well. And the second thing is how operational efficiency can come in through the use of hotels, technology.
How many managers in the hospitality space that you interact with, Jaideep, are really thinking about one aspect which Sukesh just mentioned, which didn't really get fleshed out in our discussion, which is sweating the assets of the hotel?
I don't think the hotel managers, in a general sense, managers, senior management, are so much focused on these at all, especially from a technology perspective. One reason could also be that many of these services, especially spa and retail, are often outsourced. Mm-hmm. So on a rental basis. So really, the revenue from the shop may not really add on to the revenue for the hotel. That could be one reason. But to keep it short, I think there's a good, opportunity there to leverage some of those things. I don't think it is being leveraged or thought about as a top priority at this point of time.
What's the next level of technology that you're going to be pushing and aspiring for in your chain?
See, technology coupled with intelligence is a thing to come now. What we are looking at is when the guest is in the vicinity of the hotel, probably can I entice him to come in? Can I increase footfall with the use of technology? Can I really in a more granular level, analyze his spend pattern and dish out more offers to him, wherein we go beyond rooms. We are already there beyond rooms. We look at the other spend patterns.
Extensive and intelligent data mining.
Yes.
That's what your next goal in terms of technology and hospitality is. Harish, for you.
Business analytics will play an important role. We want to do something on big data that we have so that we can take instant decision. Example I'll give you, same room is sold at different rates. Rack rate is 12,000, could be for one company it is 5,000, could be for some other company it is 8,000. We have 70 hotels, so we want to know that this company it gives how much volume of business to us, because we want to see the spending pattern of the company, then offer them the rates.
Okay.
It's all about analytics.
Okay, it's about analytics for you. Siddharth.
I think analytics, yes, would play a lot of role here. However, to me, it is about creating that experience from the time the guest wants to book a hotel. So starting from that point, I want to create an experience for him about the hotel, what kind of services, the visibility about the product which is offered into the hotel. And then after his stay, post-stay, also, the level of personalization still goes on and he doesn't, I don't lose him anywhere down the line.
What can enterprise technology generally and mobility more particularly do in further transforming the hospitality experience, the hospitality operations, and the hospitality bottom lines in India?
I always look at the example of airline industry. The way they have transformed using technology is an example for the hospitality segment as well. If I look at the boarding pass is now going to be available on the mobile, and I can actually no need to print it and I can go using that, is something that needs to be a parallel here. With a barcode, I can have a keyless entry. I don't think the hotels have gotten to their own apps as much as yet. I think that's going to be in the near future it will happen. And then of course there will be an app of apps which will be a single entry into any hotel and you get an experience here. So these are various things that are available. Some hotels are using it in bits and pieces, but I think, as I mentioned earlier, there's still a long way to just make this happen for us.
Jaideep?
I'm assuming a lot of the hotels in India are already having a lot of their apps on the cloud. So I think I can see cloud as one and the mobile property management system as two new things on the enterprise side, which would help in the enterprise efficiency, in addition to all the points mentioned by the co-panelists.
Well, that's a wrap on this 7-part series of ETNOW and Samsung Present BizBytes, a series that has picked critical sectors of the Indian economy and explored the acceptance of technology, the potential for technology, the impact of technology. Thanks very much for watching, but hold on, because you have a chance to win a Samsung Galaxy Tab S. All you have to do is log on to the website www.bizbytes.in, answer a pretty simple question based on today's show, and the Samsung Galaxy Tab S could be yours. Thank you very much to the panel for joining us, and thank you to all the viewers for watching. Goodbye from the entire team.